What's going on, family? You're tuned in to Real Last Real Radio 104.1, your nightcap of comedy. My name is Ken Miller in the big chair tonight. James is out. James is out reading for his Tubi movie. And if it ain't really a Tubi movie, I hope y'all be out there looking on Tubi.
Oh, it's a Tubi movie. It's called What That Butt Do. Yeah.
What that butt do? Show me them feet, yo. And
that's
Miguel,
a sequel. That's a sequel.
That's it. And Miguel is out. Miguel had to work tonight. Miguel is at the Sausage Castle. And first of all, I got to give Akeem Woods. Akeem kicked it with us last night. That is our comedy brother, man, our comedy son. So I appreciate that. But join the virtual studio with my comedy brother from the law office of Kaufman and Lynn and the Under Oath podcast, www.whenyouneedus.com. And if you want to talk to Jeff got a phone number, 407-500-Jeff. Why Lynn number ain't on there?
Because you can't spell it.
Yeah, L-Y-N-D.
You know it, but everyone go, how do you spell L-I-N-D?
Yo, hey, do you know, as I was writing up stuff to talk about tonight, I thought it was Lynn.
See? L-Y-N-N.
I swear to God.
They'd wind up ordering air condition. That's what happened.
I was like, wait a minute. That ain't what we supposed to be. But shout out, man. Our official sponsor, Kaufman and Lynn. If you slip and fall, car accident, if somebody kick you in the ass, call Jeff Kaufman. Jeff, how you been, kid?
I kind of like that. That could be my slogan. If somebody kicked you in the ass, contact me at IGotKickedInTheAss.com. That sounds like
we talk about this all the time, man. What's one of the craziest things for our new listeners? What's the craziest thing somebody hit you up and like, hey man, I want to sue?
We did it too. Somebody claimed they got an STD from a swinger jacuzzi.
Can you get an STD from a jacuzzi?
She got some bacteria infection in some swinger jacuzzi, and we represented her. I'm embarrassed to say. I ain't embarrassed to say. I got her paid.
Okay, that's all I wait to see.
I got somebody. Yeah, I got it. We took somebody's balloon one time. That was another one too. This dude fell out of a balloon, and she was helping out. You know those balloon rides?
Hot air balloon?
Yeah. You know how you pay to go up there? Well, This guy has this woman working, and she doesn't know what she's doing. And they go, grab this. And she grabbed it, and it pulled her out of the balloon. Yeah.
Wow. Yeah. That ain't,
nobody's willing to take that case.
Yeah.
This guy did.
Also, too, Jeff, I ain't that adventurous. I don't think I would do a hot air balloon. Like, I'm not adventurous like that, man.
Oh, I have no fear, man. I don't like certain things, but I jumped out of airplanes. Like I seen that. Have you seen the one in Utah where the people run off the cliff and it's a swing, but you got to run and it catches you like 200 yards down and it goes zoof and it like swings you off. But I'm watching this like 8-year-old girl. They get this 8-year-old girl to do it. And I was going, man, I want to be that kid's father. I was so proud of that kid. I'm going, man, some 8-year-old out of her mind just ran off that cliff. I was going, that would be something.
Not me.
You were in the Army. You had to go to basic training.
Okay. Well, I'll say this. Young me, yes. Me in older age, I'm not adventurous like that. You know what I'm saying? Like when I look back at some stuff I did in my 20s, and I'm like, ooh, I can't believe I went to Tijuana 8 times.
Oof. 8?
Bro, we used to leave Fort Huachuca and cross the border, and it was the funnest thing I ever done.
I thought that's below San Diego.
No, you can leave Fort Huachuca and go through, like, I think Nogales.
How long is it? Because San Diego, the tip of San Diego is Tijuana.
Yeah, it was like a 45-minute drive from Fort Huachuca.
I went. I've seen it. Oh
yeah, dude. When you're a kid, if you don't live in the area, you know Tijuana from movies.
Tijuana, they actually have some great tacos in Tijuana.
Bro,
don't make any jokes. I know what you guys are saying, but the tacos, the Mexican food in Tijuana is fantastic.
And the thing too, when you cross over the border and you go into all the clubs, there's so much security because those clubs want to make money. They're not going to let you come in there and tear it up. They're like, nah, let these Americans come in because we drinking, we having a good time, and then you go to the border.
They set you up.
Citizen.
They set you up though. Those clubs will set you up a little bit because if you're not allowed to drink in the street, So sometimes on the way out, they hand you a beer, and the minute you walk out that door, somebody's waiting for you. And the police officer sticks you in the back of a truck, drives you around for 2 hours, and you got to tip them to get out of the back of the truck.
Man, I'm glad I had to go through all that. I was also
Ooh.
always with a group. We always
Yeah.
went together. We
You
come
have to.
in.
You can go to.
Yeah.
I see guys all the time. They go, "Oh, I go alone." You out of your
Nah,
mind?
never. Nah, not anywhere. Even when I traveled with the president overseas, I was never alone. We
Well, you
always
couldn't
had
be. You had to be in pairs, though, right?
yeah. Oh yeah, because we had when we did Moscow, it was a guy who went out by himself and he got robbed. He got
Yeah.
mugged. And so after that, because when you get to these countries, for all you people who have traveled with the military or any type of service, they give you what they call a safety briefing.
Yep.
So they sit down like, hey, don't go here, don't go there, don't go here, don't go there. If you go here, you got 2 people. You do this, you can't go here. They tell you everything you can and can't do. And if you want to keep that White House clearance, your ass bet not do it.
Yep. Don't get caught screwing up because they dump you fast. They can't afford it. They can't afford you screwing up because they go, oh, the people working for the president did this. Nope.
Yeah, but I'm not that adventurous, Jeff. Like, I ain't jumping out no plane. I ain't hot air balloon. I don't even ride roller coasters anymore.
I don't do things that I get sick doing. Like James, I don't know how. He's in his 50s. He likes to do roller coasters. I haven't liked roller coasters in a long time. My head won't. I get sick when I do that. But I jumped out of an airplane like 2 years ago with friends, ex-military guys. They're called the Phantom Airborne Brigade because I used to jump out of planes when I was younger. They said, hey, you can join us. And because I went to airborne school like 35 years ago, they're going, hey, you don't have to take a class. I go, I think I do. They said, no, you good. I think I do.
Hey, they believe that. Like, it's like, right now we got a war going on in Iran. And the GM of the Funny Bone, she's like, are they gonna call you back? Girl,
Nope.
I've been out the military for 20 years.
You got a better chance of getting called back before I did.
They ain't about to call me back, not with these bad knees.
No, we also have those retirement. What's it called? They can't call us back because we were on inactive duty for a certain period of time.
Yeah.
So we're the last one that gets called back. They'd have to have a draft before they get us.
Yeah. So if you guys don't know what that is, but you're obligated 8. So after you're 4 and you get out, you got 4 years where they can call you back. Where I signed up for 6 and I did 9. So I had passed my 8. So I did my time. I'm already disabled veteran too. They ain't about to take this. I can't even see who I'm shooting.
Well, you didn't get that because of the military.
Yeah, my vision got bad because of the Army. What you talking about?
Yeah, working those microphones, those cables wore me out.
Man, working in that little rat rig, looking at them little computer screens. Hey, look, come on.
Yeah, no, I don't. I think back, it's always a story to me when I think of the Army, and people talk to me about it, and they're like, "Oh, I can't believe you were in the Army." I said, "Yeah, and I was in the 82nd Airborne too. I wasn't fooling around.
Yeah,
I mean, I wasn't Special Forces, but it was a different.
But you still was badass though. 82nd Airborne,
82nd is rough, man, because you're on alert, which means they can call you within 2 hours, and you have to be back within 2 hours and ready to go. And that happened like 2 or 3 times a year. And anytime they call you and you go, uh-oh. Because there's no war, it means that they don't declare war when the 82nd goes off. Normally, after everything happens, then they go, okay, we'll declare war now. Oh. But I remember being dropped off in some pretty weird ass places. But I ain't complaining. My knees don't work well, but that's life.
Yeah, man. I tell you about time, man. I think it was the best thing for me.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like college was the best thing for one of my brother Terrell. I feel like the military was the best thing for me because I could have went to college, but I would have went to college in Greensboro, which means I probably would still be in home.
UNC Greensboro.
No, North Carolina A&T Aggies, baby. I was gonna be an Aggie, HBCU.
That was the one thing I was in Fayetteville, North Carolina, and we used to vacation. When we got time off, we would go to Greensboro because UNC had a huge female population because it was like 90% women and the 10% men, and half the men were gay.
It's crazy. I'm from Greensboro. I didn't even know that so UNCG. So Greensboro has Gifford College, North Carolina A&T, UNCG, and they have Bennett College. And I don't know if Bennett College is still open, but Bennett College is an all-girls school.
Yep.
But and it's down the street from UNCG. Now, UNCG is actually down the street from my high school. So Grimsley and UNCG was kind of combined, and Dudley High School, which was the black high school, was combined with North Carolina A&T. But I didn't know that about UNCG. I spent more time on A&T's campus than I did UNCG. That's Jeff. Jeff used to tell me that story, and I'm like, that's crazy because I never.
You lived there. You
I
didn't even
lived
know.
there and didn't even know. And what's crazy is that Jeff is in Greensboro at the time, and
Yeah.
I'm a kid.
Yeah, you might have been 5.
I might have been.
I mean, you might have been 5. You might have been robbing that Kmart, back then. Yeah.
Yo, and I looked at him like I'm a know this guy one day.
Yeah.
It's crazy. So y'all really went to UNCG because that's a 3-hour drive. That's a drive.
Listen, it was Myrtle Beach. There was a lot of places you'd go when you got off. See, people don't realize when you're in the Army, man, it's boring. You got nothing. Now you got your games and your phones and everything.
Yeah, now you can do stuff. Now you got something to do.
Yeah, I mean, I served 6 months in the Middle East. They got internet. I couldn't make a phone call. I remember wanting to call my mom or call home, and I think once a month I was able to get a line out. But now they got games there. I mean, it's a different world, man.
It's a different world. It's like for me, because I went in 95, and I remember going in, and if you wanted to watch TV, you had to go to the day room.
Yeah.
Because the day room had the TV.
We had 3 here. This might take you back. We didn't have MP3s. There was no. If you had music, you had a cassette.
Yeah,
you had like 3 cassettes, and that was it. And you burned through that cassette like a million times, and that's all the music you got. So you were fortunate. You go to the PX, the Post Exchange, you buy an album or a cassette, and that's all you had. And there's no albums because you had no record player, so it was a cassette. Yep. Different days, man. I'd be walking that in the Susu studio. Yeah,
it's funny because one of my homeboys, shout out to Marvin Hunter, who did 20 years. He's a comic as well, and he does these videos talking about how hip hop got him through his deployments. Like he did real deployments. He was on ships and everything, and he would introduce these hip hop albums that he listened to. Because for me, I went in 95. The first credit card I got was a PX. The PX was like our Walmart. And the first thing I bought was a 6-disc changer stereo for my room in the barracks. And the first CD I bought was Outkast, Southern Playalistic. And I bought some, and I would have that thing on rotate.
Yep.
And it was the first thing I bought. And then I remember they had started building the brand new barracks, and we started getting internet. Because then we had a phone in our room. Then we had cable in our room. And then at the time, Jeff, that's when the video game systems were big. So I had a Sega Genesis.
Man.
Listen,
I ain't griping. I don't want to be that guy who goes, well, we only had dirt. No, I mean, but God, the internet, everyone has it good now. Yeah. I mean, entertainment, streaming. I realized last night I can watch any show I grew up with, the whole season. I mean, the whole series. I mean, wherever it was. And I've rewatched shows all the time because I realized something. I don't remember watching them. Hey. I remember liking a show, but I'll watch the whole season and go, did that I had to see this episode, and I kind of like it. I can't, if I lose my memory, it'd be great because then I could watch all my movies over again.
Watch them all again. Dog. So Martin is the show I love. I know every episode of Martin. You know what I just rewatching, Jeff? The Golden Girls.
Blanche?
The Golden Girl. I'm asleep with the TV on person. I don't know if you are, Jeff. I'm asleep with the TV on person. And so lately my wife, because I go to bed before my wife because I have to get up at 6 a.m.
Yeah.
She doesn't have to get up early. So she comes in, and usually I have on, Dateline, Unsolved, some murder porn.
Yeah.
Some murder porn. So she's lately been cutting on the Golden Girls. And I've been watching it. The Golden Girls is one of the best writing of a TV show. It's so good, bro. And it's episodes. I'm like, I watched Golden Girls growing up. I don't remember.
You don't remember any of it. You can't remember any of it.
None of them.
I mean, I kind of love the time we're in now. Ken, I think I came up with the best new idea. You're going to like this. I'm going to come up with a browser where you can't get anything negative on it. No negative videos, no people's comments, no politics, no nothing. Just stuff that's going to make you laugh, like cat videos and red pandas and, that monkey Poochie and carrying that orangutan around.
Yeah, I Jeff, and I'm with you on that. If I Jeff, if you came up with that app, you know what app I will come up with? Troll.com, where you can take a person's profile who trolls you and put it in there, and it'll tell you who that real person is.
Damn, you maybe it'll show you where he's at.
Yeah,
I
it'll
don't know
tell
if
you where
it'll
that
show
person
you
is.
who he is.
I
So.
need to know who they is, but we gotta take a commercial break.
All right.
But I want to get back to that because there's a trend on the internet, Jeff, that I'm going to do tomorrow. I'm gonna do it.
Okay.
We gonna see.
Well,
We gotta-
first you need to talk to your lawyer first.
All right,
But
I'm
okay.
gonna talk to my lawyer, make sure it's good.
All right.
We gotta take a commercial break, family. We be right back. Real Last Real Radio 104.1. We are back. Real Last Real Radio 104.1, your nightcap of comedy. Ken Miller in the big chair tonight. James is out filming his movie. Miguel is at work, but I'm joined in the virtual studio with Jeff Kaufman from the law office of Kaufman and Lynn and the Under Oath podcast, www.whenyouneedus.com. And if you want to talk to Jeff, because he answers all the phones, 407-500 Jeff. 500
Okay.
Jeff.
Okay. I know we want to talk about something, but here I realize this. I'm not. I took my buddy to this basketball game and Magic game. I love the Magic.
Which one? Magic and who?
Washington.
Okay. Ooh.
Because Trey, the guy from Atlanta, is now on that team. Good, great player. But here's the thing: I don't need to be anywhere near a Magic player because I'm too animated. I get into the game. So you miss too many free throws, I'm going to say something.
Where you sitting though, Jeff?
Well, a couple of weeks ago, I got a seat right behind the Magic bench, and I thought this would be cool, and I realized it wasn't cool because I am too into the game, and there's a security guard in a chair in front of me, turned around, looking right at me, waiting for me to get upset, and they missed like 16 out of like 30 free throws. I mean, and we lost by 2, and I'm heated, so I realized I can never sit here again. I gotta be far away from anybody who is going to be offended by me being involved in this game.
Yeah, and you got to think about this too. The Magic lost to the Heat, and the Magic fighting to get into the play. I mean, I'm not Heat, but the Wizards. But they're fighting to get into the playoffs, right?
Well, they beat the Wizards.
They did win. Okay,
they've had a great out of the since the All-Star game. They've been killing it. They've been killing it. I mean, they've been playing so well. Maybe they're finding their rhythm. They did something that they've never done before. They beat the Heat 5 times in one season.
Wow. They play that many times. But I know we got a question I want to get to you to ask my lawyer. But me and Jeff are sports fans. How did you feel about Bam breaking Kobe's record?
First off, Kobe broke the record. Did Kobe break the record because he needed to beat this dude? It was like one of the last games, and he needed the scoring title, so they just kept feeding it to him.
You might be right.
Yeah, I don't. It's different. Wilt Chamberlain played when guys with like LBU and the spleen, when he got 100. But I think Bam played hard, man. It wasn't they were just funneling the ball. They were up by 13. They could have pulled him, but you don't want to do that. It's bad for the fans. I love it. I thought it was awesome.
I did too. And I think, Jeff, lately I haven't let social media dictate my life. Because I feel like people are like, hey, let's do some negative. I'm like, bro, he's 83 points. Whether he was just throwing up shots, whether he got fouled, that 83 points in the game is. Think about this. If you scored 20 or 30, you're like, yo, he's dropped 30.
Yeah.
But somebody dropped 40. Somebody dropped 50. You even like, man, 50 is wild. 83 is.
If you see 50, like I saw Trace McGrady drop a huge number. And I remember we were sitting there losing our mind between 40 and 50. If he would have been at 60, I don't even know who I probably they'd have to take me out in an ambulance because I would have been so on that. And it's great for the fans. And people are stupid. People who don't like sports or people who want to be angry. And that's what I said earlier about trying not to get angry 24/7. And I had a buddy of mine who gave up the internet for Lent. It's like he gave up the internet, his right-wing conservative podcasts and everything else. He had to give it up for 30 days. And he said to me in the first week, he goes, I'm actually happier as a person not listening to this negativity 24/7. And it's tough because negativity pays.
Yeah.
But I don't like it.
I had to go look because talking about points, right? In 2003, March 28th, my birthday, my best friend and also my battle buddy Jorge took me to a Lakers versus Wizards game,
Woo.
and you know who was playing for the Wizards?
Yeah, was it John Wall or was it Jordan?
Jordan. And
Okay.
that's the game Kobe had 55 points. And Jordan had 23.
But that's not fair though. You had Jordan last season.
Yeah, it was his
That
last
was
season.
that was Wizards Jordan. That was
It was
not
his last
yeah.
season. But I brought that up, Jeff, because I was on you. I was doing a Jeff. I was 6 rows up. My friend bought me tickets 6 rows from the, and Kobe would not pass Shaq the ball. I was screaming, "Hey, give it to Shaq!" And eventually, I never get this. Kobe, your ass up, and Shaq was looking at me like, "Give me the ball." Give me the ball. Yeah, that might be one of my favorite game experiences. But I'm with you, man. I think it's just fun for the fans, and it was in Miami.
Yeah, it's great. It's great.
You know what I'm saying? It was in Miami. 83 points is crazy, bro. You know, to score 20 is good. You averaging 20, that's good, but 83 points is crazy.
I'm going
and
out
he had
of my way to do
31 in
live
the
events.
first quarter.
Yeah, I'm going out of my way to go to live events now.
Mm-hmm.
I'm out as much as I can be right now.
Yeah.
I mean, staying at home, I used to think, I like to stay at home, but I've never gone out and been upset with myself for going out. I mean, yeah, if I drank too much, but I never go, hey, I got to hang out with some buddies. I got to see a concert. I got to see this. I never got home and go, I wish I didn't do that, unless it was like something I didn't want to do, that I was forced to go out.
Yeah, I'm with you on that. Me and my wife are concert people, man. We've probably been to over 15 concerts in our 11 years, might be 20 in our 11 plus years of being together. And we realized, like, just last year, we were like, well, concerts are our thing. And so we also make it a big deal. So we don't get cheap seats. We on the floor.
No. I gave up crappy seats a long time ago.
We can get in the box. If we can get up in the box, we gonna get in the box.
Oof.
But we decided we don't do regular seats. We do floor seats, or we gonna get a clubhouse where we can drink and watch a show from the clubhouse, because we want to experience and have a good time and be up and close to everything that's going on.
Now I feel bad now because there are artists I didn't see earlier in their prime, and sometimes I catch them beyond the prime. They shouldn't be out there anymore. And I got to watch. A buddy of mine went to see David Lee Roth the other night. And he filmed it while he was there. And man, I was sick how bad this concert was and how bad he can't perform anymore. I mean, he shouldn't be out there anymore.
Is it a money thing?
It might be an ego thing. It could be money. He might have blown through it. It's hard to blow through that much money, but these guys can. I mean, I think they can. And maybe it makes him feel alive, but it just horrible. I mean, it was so bad that I've never seen somebody that bad other than Phil Collins when he pulls in a wheelchair.
Yeah, that one was crazy. I saw videos of that.
I was there. I saw that. It was painful.
And I have the opposite experience because all of the older artists, the artists I grew up with, when I go see Boyz II Men and Jodeci and New Edition and Mary J. Blige and all the artists like Patti LaBelle is still cool.
I saw Aretha Franklin in her last year. I saw Aretha and people go, she was amazing.
Yeah.
Still
touring. But the thing about that when it comes to, and I'm only speaking for the artists that I like a lot of black artists will tell you their money is in touring.
Yeah.
So they got to be like, I got to be at the best I can be because I need people to keep buying these tickets to come see me 11 times, Jeff. They have never put on a bad show.
I get lucky. There are very few people I won't see unless, I like going to shows. I mean, I'm going to see Ice Cube in about 3 weeks in Fort Lauderdale.
Man.
And I'm laughing because he's playing a country concert, believe it or not. He's playing the Tortuga Festival. And, he's going to love it because people love it, man. Nelly played the same show and blew it up. And he was surprised. I think when Nelly came out, I think he was surprised that all these country people would love it. And
white people like rap music.
Yeah. We buy the albums. We used to.
Dude, no, for real. A lot of people said that if you went platinum in the 80s and 90s, it was because white kids were buying your records.
Yep.
Because black people was bootlegging.
When we went to Wu-Tang,
man,
white people.
Bro, Public Enemy. Public
Yeah.
Enemy is pro-black than a mug. I went to see Public Enemy. The only two people of color in there was three. It was me, Pedro Lima, and Angel from Monsters. We were the only three people of color. Everybody else white in there. Like that. Hip hop sells because Eminem, the number one selling hip hop artist of all time, white fans.
That's tough, though. I mean, you look at that. I mean, this is a guy, and nobody's going to say this guy doesn't have skills. I mean, that's the hard part about
Eminem can rap. Yeah,
I mean, he's ridiculous.
One of my favorite rappers of all.
The question is he top 10?
For me, yes.
Okay.
Yeah, for me, 100%.
Because people get stuck in their ways about that. And, I grew up with Sugar Hill Gang. I mean, I'm old. I mean, I remember the original rap. That was
something. I can't stand that song, Jeff.
If it wasn't for that song.
True. I can't stand that song because that's one of my wife's favorite songs. So when it comes on the radio, she will rap the whole. And now Rapper's Delight is 75 minutes long, kids.
And everybody knows it. Somehow we all know it.
My wife will rap that song from beginning to end. I don't care where we at. If we in the car, if we pull up the way we got to be, we got to sit in the car until that song go off. I can't stand Rapper's Delight.
Man, I was a kid. I was 13 when that song came out.
It's the origin.
That's how old I am. Yeah.
It's funny because my wife just walked in the house. Mama, we up here talking about how you love Rapper's Delight.
Is it on?
No, it's not on. Yeah, I can't believe she didn't start rapping it. Yeah, but we really do enjoy concerts.
Do you take one for the team? Do you? I mean, let's say she loves an artist and you don't, or do you both love everything equally?
Yeah, everything. The only concert she ever asked me to go to that I said no was Beyonce. And only reason I didn't go because I felt like because I don't think Jay-Z was at that one, so I was like, nah, this is for you and your homegirls. But if Beyonce come back, I'ma go because I want to see Beyonce live because I have to see Beyonce live.
Yeah, I think that's
like I feel like I got to see her live if she ever comes back.
I take one for the team sometimes though, because the Russian is about 10 years younger than me, so her taste in music is a little different.
Okay.
And when we go see some groups, she's I got to see this person, and I go sit there and I suffer through it. And I try to be cool about it. Maybe as I'm getting older, I'm starting to go, okay, be a little more open. Don't be stuck in my ways.
Yeah. Nah. We pick concerts that we both like. There's never been a concert that we went to and I was like, ugh, I can't believe you got me here, or just vice versa.
I saw Mariah Carey. I see the Mariah Carey concert to me. If you saw it, you'd go.
I know, but I still want to see it, Jeff.
Off the couch.
I still want to see it because I love Mariah Carey.
Walks out there. She walks out there. I mean, literally walks out there like I didn't think she was going to make it. I mean, I'm not saying she's not in shape, but she walks out there and then has to sit down. And she lays down on a couch for 3 songs. She doesn't get off the couch for 3 songs.
That's crazy.
And then talks about how tough her life is. And she has a video running about how, and they show this warehouse where they store her shoes. And it's hard to listen to somebody tell me how hard their life is when they own 3,000 shoes.
Last year, or maybe the year before that, she won a BET Lifetime Achievement Award. And when she came out, she had on this garter. It was so tight. She walked like a penguin. She couldn't even move, right? But she performed and it was dope. So she's I just feel like that nostalgia of the 90s. I just want to see any artist in the 90s that if they're still living and they're touring, I want to see them. Because the 90s is my favorite decade of all time, which is the reason which is the topic I wanted to talk about, but we got to go to commercial break. So when we come back, we're going to talk about this 90s fad that I want to do. And my lawyer is going to tell me if it's okay for me to do it. Well, we got to take a quick commercial break. We will be right back. Real Labs, Real Radio 104.1. We are back. Real Labs, Real Radio 104.1, your nightcap of comedy. Ken Miller in the big chair tonight. Guys, do me a favor. Go out there and follow us. Go subscribe. We have been uploading all new videos, man. James has been taking care of the videos. They're funny. They're good. We're putting shorts on YouTube, so make sure you go check it out. Join in virtual studio with Jeff Kaufman from the law office of Kaufman and Lynn and the Under Oath podcast, www.whenyouneedus.com. And Jeff said, if you call, he going to answer the phone. 407-500-Jeff. So, Jeff, here's the trend.
Okay.
All right, so people have been doing this trend called "What I Look Like in the '90s."
Yeah.
So it's a video of
A
them
bunch of
now.
celebrities. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. So Jeff, I went and found all my pictures from the '90s, my military, my high school balling pictures when I was in shape, Jeff, when I had a little muscles. And so I'm gonna put that video together, man. I'm gonna post it tomorrow, Jeff. So Jeff, if you had to go back to the decade that was the best for you, you doing '90s or '80s?
Well, see, 80s for me was different. I was in the army. I was also free. That was the last time I was free. And that's where every night was an adventure. I grew up in Miami. I was in the army. The army was an event. Then I was in Miami for 2 years and I had a friend of mine who was a track artist, and she sang that song when you hear me, Lookout Weekend.
Yeah.
And so I was traveling with her a lot. Every night we were going to clubs all over Miami. I mean, we danced the whole night away. And Miami was just a different city back then. The party went on all night. I worked security at a bar. I mean, we knew everybody in Miami, and every song that came out was a one-hit wonder. There were 400 groups, and they all had one hit, and it was cool. It was,
Hey, and Jeff, and they ate off. That's the crazy thing. All those one-hit wonders, they made money and ate
Yeah.
off of those hits, bro.
Yep, forever.
And we still, it's forever. We still to this day,
Yep.
we're listening to them.
Take on. No, I'm not going to do that because I'm not paying for it. But yeah, I mean, that was fun, man. We didn't have cell phones, so everything wasn't. We had to pay attention to what was going on around us.
Yeah.
Now people are going to say, "What was that like?" People who are younger. But I remember, if you wanted to go find people who were out, you had to go to a place that you thought they might be.
Yeah.
And sometimes you didn't find them, and you'd have to make it evening anyway. And you meet new people, hang out with new people. It just
and make new friends. Like,
yeah.
dude, so I remember, when I would go home, I would call my cousin. I'm like, yo, so where we going tonight? All right, we're gonna meet here. Because you had to call people, be like, blah, blah, blah.
Yes.
But then if you didn't and you show up, but this is the thing
Late.
about dudes.
If you were late, you'd have to find them.
This is the thing about dudes. We'll show up by ourselves and meet another dude, and then y'all been friends for 40 years. How you know him? Man, I met him in the parking lot. Man, he almost backed into my car. I bought him a drink. Now we've been homies for 2
We almost fought. There was a fight that took
us. We about to fight each other. I bought him a Hennessy, and now we've been friends for 40 years.
Man. But that's the thing. Like a friend of mine works for Dan Newland's office. She's one of the partners there. And I went out with her husband to a basketball game. Now, we've never hung out ever, but I can tell you what, we could have been better friends. And I would be thinking there's no way we were connected. But during this game, we were shouting the same things. I looked over, I said, there was no doubt I'd take him to the next game. I love this dude. James is awesome, man.
It's same with comedy, bro. I will meet somebody out the comedy, a cat, and he'll be like, yo, man, you were funny, blah, blah, blah. I like, hey, man, and we'll go to Corona. And next thing you know, 10 years later, I've been friends with this dude for 10 years. And guess what, Jeff? Don't even know his name.
You want to think that? That's exactly. It's like the comic book conventions. I'm telling you, I meet so many people at comic conventions. So I'm flying into Vegas one time, and I put it out there. I said, hey, I'm going into Vegas. Anybody have any ideas? Well, this guy who buys all my stuff in San Diego was like, I live in Vegas. Let me pick you up from the airport, and I'll take you around. I'm like, all right, why not? And next thing you know, we've been good friends for about 15 years now.
Ain't that crazy? Oh, you got me thinking. Are you going to the one here in Orlando?
No, I don't do MegaCon. MegaCon got bought by the French a couple years ago, and they kind of screwed me over on my spot. So I never forgave them. A week before the show, I call up. I said, listen, I've been trying to find out where we're going to be because our setup is dependent on it. Oh, well, we gave your spot away. I said, I paid for that spot a year ago. Not like I paid last week, but we paid before we left to secure this spot. Well, we know. I said, they go, well, we have a spot by the bathroom. It's half the size, but if you want to do that. I was like, no. And they go, well, you're going to have to wait 3 months for your refund. I said, you people are dead to me. And I never came back.
Okay, cool. I was just curious. I got to circle back to something you said.
Okay.
I got to talk about security, Jeff. You was running
Okay.
security, dog.
Yeah.
You was throwing people out the club.
I was actually really good at it, except my boss wanted to see some fighting because he liked the fighting. I never I was like, this was like Roadhouse. I was at the side where you ain't big enough. And I used to just be so nice to people. I was the one who checked IDs at the door. And when people want to fight, I would say, listen, you might beat me, but either way, you going to jail.
Yeah,
I mean,
yeah.
that's not a good night, man. I said, why don't you sit here? We'll hang out, we'll talk, it'll be cool. And I talked my way out of they didn't have a fight in there for 3 months. And my boss was like, we fight every night. I'm going, you don't have to fight. Why would you want to fight every night? And it was a good time, man. I loved working that way. And I felt bad. I never kept an ID. You know how people used to give you a fake ID and they'd keep
Yeah, you were
no,
like,
I would
"Yeah,
just give
take
it
this and
back.
gone. Yeah, take this and gone."
I
Because
was good natured.
we used to be young.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I
we
had
was
a fake
young.
ID to get the damn job.
Yeah,
So
right.
I was 20 years old when I got out of the military.
Bro, I saw somewhere that they was like celebrities need to hire like trained security because their security usually starts more incidents because they don't know how
Yes.
to. It's usually their
They're
homeboy.
fighters.
Yeah,
Like you see Charlie Murphy, remember
yeah,
The Charlie Murphy stories? He goes, I just fought too much. My brother went, come on, you got to stop hitting people. Some people security is about finesse. You got to be aware, but you also have to de-escalate stuff. But what you're trying to do, and this is what they don't tell you, security's job is to keep the person from doing screwed up things. You know, your celebrity might want to get in a fight or get drunk or something. Your job is to get them the hell out of there. You know, and a lot of people don't get that. That's some of the problems that you're going to have when you do that stuff. And, you know, I've seen that happen where I know certain security guards, they go, my job is to make sure he gets home. And he might be the biggest impediment to that. So, you know, I think that's just the way that works.
yeah, yeah. Well, we're gonna keep talking about this because you Miami strong,
Yeah.
the U,
Yep.
but we're gonna talk about Daytona.
Ooh, Daytona got some problems.
Yo, so
They got some problems.
if you listening right now, Daytona, I
You
got my
make
lawyer.
sure you know what you're doing.
I got my lawyer on right
Okay.
now. Kaufman and Lynn on whenyouneedus.com, 407-500 Jeff. So it's spring break, Jeff.
I know.
How many arrests did they have? Throw a number at me.
I think they've been tough on people because they're trying to raise some money.
Yeah.
I'm going to guess, and it's alcohol related, that they're getting underage drinkers. I'm going to guess about 400 to 500.
Ooh, okay. So 133 arrests for
Okay.
spring break.
But for what
80
though?
I didn't look that up, Jeff. I just know 84 in Daytona and 49 in New Smyrna Beach.
You know, it's drinking. Underage drinking or drinking on the beach.
Let me ask you something though.
Yeah.
Do you think it's time for Florida to get rid of spring break?
No,
It's been an issue because Miami was like, don't bring y'all ass down
Florida-
here.
Well, Miami was different because none of those people were on spring break. You and I both know there ain't a single college kid walking that street. This was a whole. These were grown ass men going. We coming to spring break. You know, spring break. You know what spring break is? See, a lot of people don't get it. That's when you're out of college for 1 week. That's the break between when you leave college for a week. It's like a winter break, but it's called spring break. That's not when people who aren't going to college decide, hey, I'm 40 years old. I want to get into a fight.
Yeah.
And Lauderdale made that mistake. Lauderdale thought they were going to get rid of spring break, and Daytona ate it up, and they made a lot of money from it. But you have to differentiate between spring break and just an opportunity for adults to act like asses.
Yeah.
Big difference.
It's crazy because maybe you did, Jeff. When I was a teenager, I didn't go out of town for spring break. I stayed in North Carolina and did stuff in Carolina. Did you go? But
Yeah.
When you were in high school, were you in Florida?
Yeah, I was in Florida, so I'd go to Fort Lauderdale, or we called it Liquordale because the party was always good there.
That's great. I love.
We went to Liquordale, and that was a lot of fun, man. And then they canceled it, and it moved to Daytona. So I've done spring break in. You know, I was in the Army too. So in the Army, we used to go to spring break, like Myrtle Beach, South Carolina. That was like the king of that was the king of spring break a lot of times too. That was a great place. And Myrtle Beach was a fun place to hang out as a kid and try to hurt yourself too badly. But yeah,
That's
spring break
crazy
was
because
awesome.
I didn't when I was the I didn't know people travel for spring break. I thought spring break you was
Yeah.
just off of school for the week until I moved to Florida, and I was like, and then somebody was like, "Yeah, man, we ain't going to Daytona this weekend. Why, man? Spring break." I said,
Yeah.
"They just kids, yeah, but they all over." And then now I was
Yes.
seeing like because Daytona the most visited beach in the world. I did not know people went out for spring break like that. I
Yep.
promise you, I never knew that, bro. Never knew that because I never went anywhere for spring break.
Well, you were in the Army. You were in the Army during your college years.
Yeah, but even in the Army, I was in Arizona. Anybody
You
going
know,
to Arizona for
they
spring
have some
break?
lakes. They have some lakes out there, I think. Maybe a lake or
Everybody
two.
going to the mountains, man.
But
I
Texas, San Padre Island is one of those. So
Yeah.
yeah, you have places like that.
All right, Jeff. So you my lawyer.
Okay.
So for spring break, I'm drinking. What's your defense, bro?
What was it again? Because you cut off.
I said, I'm 20 years old. It's spring break. I'm in Daytona. I got arrested for drinking. My mama just hired you to be my lawyer. What is my defense?
Shut up. Just shut up. Hopefully you shut up. What's mostly going to happen to one of those kids is they'll take a class and then it'll get off their record. I did a video and I can't tell you how many people told me I didn't know what I was talking about.
They
When I
always
said,
say
you
that.
got to shut up. And they go, what kind of law do you practice? Everyone. Every law. How does that sound? I've never seen anybody benefit from opening a mouth to a police officer. Nobody's ever gone to the police officer, you know something? I think you're right, son. I'm going to let you go. No, just shut up. Be decent to the police officer. I'm not telling admit you committed a crime. I'm just saying, yes, sir, whatever you need me to do. And that's it. And these kids don't do that. They think, oh, I know my rights. I seen a video I watch on TikTok. No.
TikTok, yeah. That's funny, man. All right,
Yeah.
Jeff, we got to get up out of here, bro. You had a good
I know.
time, man?
Man, I had a great time, man. I love hanging out with you, man.
Man,
I know everyone was working. Miguel was doing that movie, What This Butt Do, and Miguel's out there with Busey. I don't even want to talk about what he might be doing.
Yeah, and James out there showing them feet, man. But we got a minute left. Jeff, what you got this weekend, my brother?
Actually, it's my birthday, man. I am going to try to figure something to do. You're doing Cocoa Beach, right?
Yeah.
You're at Side Splitter. Is that Friday or
No, I'm
Saturday?
at Oyster Shooters Saturday.
Oyster Shooters.
Yeah. If you want a guest spot, it's yours.
You know what? I might go eat. I forgot. Do you eat seafood? I don't know if you're allowed to.
It'll kill me.
That's what I thought.
Yeah,
So you go into an oyster bar.
I ain't say I was eating. I'm going to get
that. Who knows what's on that microphone?
I'm going to get that 350.
There you go. Who's opening for you?
Adam Snare and
Adam's great.
And
Adam's a nice guy.
Somebody else, Lando Gonzalez. So it's Lando Gonzalez, Ken Miller, and Adam Snare this weekend.
All right, I might figure I might stay the night. I know you don't stay the night.
I got to come back. Yeah, I got to work Sunday because they took away work from home, so I go to the office on Sundays. So now we can have lunch on Sundays.
Oh, on Sunday I gotta have lunch with you.
Sunday. I can do
when the place is closed. What?
Szechuan
is open on Sunday.
Szechuan always open, baby. They don't never close, homie. They don't never close. Hey, let me read it out because I want to post this video. All right, if you listening to this show right now, Oyster Shooters stand-up comedy night. Ken Miller, Adam Snare, Lando Gonzalez, March 21st, 8 p.m. No, for real. Oyster Shooters in Cocoa Beach. It's my night, man. This Saturday, 8 p.m. If you ain't doing nothing, come see the kid, man. I would love to see y'all. And it's one of my favorite clubs. I always have a good time there. The audience is great. Shout out to Eugene Singleton for booking it, man. We always have a good time. But we got to get up out of here, Jeff. We is in overtime. I'm Ken Miller. That is Jeff Kaufman from the Law Office of Kaufman and the Under Oath Podcast. Jeff!
Take your ass to bed. Good night.
Good night.